session yesterday. Really appreciated your time and your feedback as well. So I was going to send out a PDF, but since so many of you asked for this, I figured I'd do a real short video to quickly guide you through these first moments. Now, like I mentioned before, we are soon launching a Power Platform Accelerator, and I'd love to tell you more about that. And that will cover in more detail these apps in the Power Platform and give you some depth to what we're about to see right now. But for now, just want to see if we can get you kick-started. So, when you log into your Microsoft account, you probably are faced with this. Find Power Automate if it's not here already. Apps. Scroll down, and you'll see you've got Power Automate listed here. And you can just pin it so you never lose it. Boop. Cool. Click on Power Automate. You're going to be presented with this. Now, it's got a really handy interface here that you can use AI to build something, but I'm going to show you this manually because I think that's probably the best place to start. All you have to do is press Create. We're going to do an automated cloud flow. See all these other options, so I'll keep it simple. Press that. I'm just going to call this LPI. Thanks for coming. Now you see it's got a trigger. A trigger is the start of your wish, like, oh, whenever I get this, I wish it would. So whenever I get this, so all we're going to do for now is we'll just skip this and we're going to use the basic form to kick us off. Not a Microsoft form, just a basic form. So press add trigger and you'll see down here flow button for mobile. Slightly strange but totally useful. Manually trigger a flow. Grand. So you notice we've got this starting now, but down here add an input. Press that, and this is where we're going to build a very simple form. And all we're going to do is recreate something that I've used elsewhere. So we're going to say I want some intended learning outcomes. Then we're going to say I also want a video transcript. So all we've done is given them, let's put that in there actually. This is the name over here, so we'll call the first one ILOs. That's the default kind of placeholder text, we'll leave that blank. So what this flow is going to do, it's going to start off on this form, take a couple of items, grab the user's email, very simple prompt to extract a summary of the transcript, and then it's going to ping it to you in Copilot, okay? The 4 steps that started me off that I showed on the presentation. Wonderful. So this is actually already started, so let's give this a little name. We'll call this LPI. Thanks for coming. You'll notice it didn't keep the name. Fine. And we'll just press save. It's a good idea to keep saving this as well. Oh, of course, it wants us to do an action. Not a problem. Let's get our next action. Now, I know for a fact that this form here will capture those 2 things we've asked, but it won't actually expose to us like the user's email. So what we're going to do is do something called initialize variable. Don't panic, I promise this is fine. Initial. So we just keep coming back here to search and find what we want. You can favorite some of these as well if you keep coming back to them, so I'm going to do that. Wonderful. An email is something we called a string. It's just a bit of text. That's all you need to know today. So we're going to call it the type is string. And now this is where Power Automate shows some magic. When we get to this step, this is saying when we get to this step, what do we want to put in that box? So we'll use our lightning bolt. That will access previous things. We'll go see more. And you'll see from the previous step, exposes the user email. So we're going to steal it and put it in our email. Next, let's get ourselves that AI prompt. So I pressed plus. Now you can see it's called run a prompt here. If it doesn't show up for you, that's not a problem. You just go run a prompt. Favorite that and go. Now it's going to ask for a connection here. I deleted all of these so we can start again. So basically I'm just going to put in here down course Power Auto connection so I know what this is about. We're just going to follow with its defaults. So I will sign in, get that over here. It's just showing me a sign in box that you probably have to use elsewhere. A second later, You should be able to connect. If not, I'm afraid that's the moment you'll need to talk with your IT. However, we do have it here now. Let's make sure we save. Oh, it's very good this actually. Like, I've tried to press save, it's like, wait, you haven't finished. So let's set this up then, fine. Our prompt is required. We're now going to build this step. So let's create a new custom prompt. Click on the drop down, new custom prompt. Call this LPI. I'm just calling it this so I know it's something separate to my usual ones. And this is going to be summarize video. If I go on American, yes. Please, then we're going to write our prompt in the left. Please summarize this video transcript and two short paragraph to explain to students before watching how it links to their learning. And so please use the intended learning outcomes guide your writing. Here we will put our ILOs. Here we will put our transcript. Now this is promptology basically, so I'll cover that at a different time. On the course we'll certainly cover that, but I'll assume for now you can do prompts. So cursor under ILOs to give it its content, press the add content button and text. This is now going to feed the information through, so just call this something you know, ILOs, and I'm going to grab my text that I had set up. There we go. You want some sample ones so you can test, so I'm just going to put some ILOs in there and close it. Let's feed it the transcript, or connect up the transcript. So I did a little / but you can press the add text. I'm going to write transcript, and then I'm going to get the transcript. I'll leave the doctorate level out of this now for expediency's sake, and I'll paste that in there. Wonderful. Great thing about this is you should always test your prompt first. So let's press test and see what the AI does. Wonderful. Please bold words which highly relate to the ILOs. Words or phrases. Wonderful. So you can test your prompt out and edit it, and we'll stop there. Please write it in Markdown. This is a very generic style of writing. Sorry, syntax of writing, and that's fine. Let's save this and we're done. And then we move on. Now you see here we've got two boxes. Like before, we need to fill those in because our flow is going to start here, and once someone submits a form, it's going to go here. We're going to put out the email so we can find it. Then it's going to go here. And this is going to run that prompt, but we need to tell it the ILOs that were put in the form and the transcript that was put through the form. So come up to transcript and we'll press our lightning button. This gives us access to the steps above the data that's involved. So manually trigger a flow. This is our form. I press see more. If you scroll down, you will find the little form inputs you made. Video transcript, and let's hook up the other one from the first part. ILOs. Wonderful. Save. It's going to give me a warning here, and that's fine because producing AI text without reviewing it is never a great thing. Let's test this. We'll go manually. So I click on this test button, the beaker. We'll say we want to do a manual test and press test. Here, you remember we set up that form? Here it is. Our ILOs are this. And this is the same form that you can share out to everyone now once this is working. It's a transcript, and we press run flow. Give it a second. pretty quick flow. It's done. And you'll see it switched to viewing the flow, what happened mode. You've got these ticks. This went well, this went well, this went well, and it took nearly 3 seconds. You can click into those and see what it did. You'll see it received the transcript and the ILOs. Then you'll see in some kind of codey form the final output of what it gave you. Okay, it's called a prediction because all AI is predictions. Now let's get that sent to us as well. I'll press edit. So now we're back in edit mode. We're going to hook up the final bit. Let's send ourselves an email. I'll type email. Send an email v2. The other thing you can do is a Teams. Let's do a send a message on Teams. That's faster. That's what worked for us. See Microsoft Teams here? Post message in chat or channel. Now we have to set up another connection. Press sign in. Follow that through. This means it's going to start allowing your Power Automate flow to use your Teams connection. So we're going to post as Flowbot. That's like a pretend Microsoft thing that will post on Power Automate's behalf. Where do you want it to post? If you say chat with Flowbot, it's actually going to, there we go, it's going to, the Flowbot is its name, and it's going to post a chat to you straight back in Teams, which is great. Recipient. Come up here to the cog, because you can just write in someone's email in here, and that's fine. But we don't want it, we want it the person who sent this, triggered this flow to get the email, not me. So settings, see this lightning bolt, use that and re-click back in your text box. Press your little lightning bolt. If you're ahead of me, you'll know we're just looking for that email that we stored earlier up. Boof. And we can say, let's fill out the message you'll send. Here is your summary of the transcript. All content was produced by AI and requires a manual review. Okay. Is that the right one? Highlight. Fine. That'll do. Perfect. So now, click onto a new line, enter, enter. Look, this lightning bolt, because we want to grab the results of the prompt. Lightning bolt. Head up, and you see it's exposed text. Press that. That means we'll get a form, grab out the email, we'll run a prompt, we'll send it to ourselves. Save this. So it gives you the warning about content approval. You can do that, but it's over the top for this. Wait for it to save, and then we'll press test. I'm going to do a manual test again, automatic. You can look at another day. It's going to ask to confirm your connection to Teams. Yes, please. Let's grab the details out again. Boof. Here's the transcript. Boof. And we'll run this flow and we'll see what it does. And whilst it does it, I'll load up Teams in the background. I was too quick. Did it too quick. Let's see what we got here, okay? Our flow ran. Press done and you'll see what it did. Successful, successful, prompt worked, and it also posted us a message. Let's see that message. Now you got loads above from my testing, so ignore that, but this is the message we wrote. Here's the summary. Here is your AI written summary. Perfect. I hope you found that useful and at the right pace. If you want to hear more about our Power Platform Accelerator, do just get in contact with me through LinkedIn. Otherwise, I really look forward to talking to you, hearing from you, and thank you so much for attending the session and giving me such great feedback. I appreciate it and hope to speak soon. Take care. Bye.